All right, Shalom. Kol Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rekakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the house of David the elect. This is a article, basically going into, the latest news from the Supreme Court. All right, now basically, what they're doing, they're basically discussing banning abortion. All right. So as the article reads, all right, millions of women in more than 25 states face an abortion ban if the Supreme Court overturns Roe Vs Wade, the landmark 1973 decision that legalized the procedure nationwide. All right. For many of these women, employers' benefit packages may be the only way they can soon afford a legal abortion. All right. Now, there's there's a few parts to this, man. All right. Of course, the wickedness of these women. All right. Because instead of keeping their damn legs closed, all right, they're over here, making this big old scene, man. All right. Now in LA, all right, what happened in LA, all right, they're over here. Look at this. All right. We'll just get it, man. Look at this. You see this? All right. See these simple ass whores, these harlots. You see this, man? All right. LAPD and protesters clash downtown after rally against overturning Roe versus Wade. All right. And this is what America has pushed, man. All right. America and its wickedness. All right. America being Babylon the Great. All right. This harlot, man. All right. Has pushed that same behavior, all right, and mindset throughout the whole land, all right. And here you see just nothing but whores, all right, just whores and harlots, man, all right, that need to be destroyed, man. Because again, the point is instead of keeping your damn legs closed, all right, which would solve this whole issue, instead of keeping your damn legs closed, all right, instead of, ultimately, being righteous, doing that which is, the righteous thing to do, man. All right. Instead of being in order, all right, they want to do what? Be in the same manner as Esau, lawlessness, harlotry, whoredom, all these things, man. All right. They want to follow after the flesh. All right. They want to satisfy the flesh, man. All right. As it reads here, police and protesters briefly clashed in downtown Los Angeles on Tuesday night after a rally protesting the possible overturning of the U.S. Supreme Court's Roe vs. Wade decision made its way from a federal courthouse to Pershing Square. All right. Basically, they was over here, over 400 people, gathered at a particular courthouse over there. All right. Amid the sound of blaring car horns, abortion rights advocates spoke in front of the courthouse and held signs that read, "We need to talk about the elephant in the womb. I am a woman, not a womb. Pro-woman, pro-child, pro-choice." All right. And, basically, it shows confusion, man. All right. Because ultimately they're so damn simple. All right, following after Esau, that they think they have rights. You see, well, basically they're using that in the same aspect to condemn themselves, right? You're talking about, being pro-abortion, all right, because you're so-called pro-woman, pro-child, pro-choice, but you don't believe that a child is a child until, he's born, if you will, all right, and it's actually a let me see if I can grab it. All right, there was actually a video. All right. Let me see here. Let's see. Pardon me, Salakia. I actually had a video. I don't think I saved it. It was a video of basically an Edomite woman, condemning, another Edomite, because basically she was pro-abortion, saying that the lady doesn't follow science because a baby isn't a baby in the womb, because they're not independent, they're not self-sustainable, you see? And the woman basically said, oh, okay, so as long as they're sustainable, then they're alive, right? Because she was basically saying they're not alive until they're sustainable. So the lady basically said, oh, okay, so what should I do with my newborn babies? They're not sustainable. They can't live on their own. They're alive, though, you see? And it shows the wickedness and stupidity of these people, man. All right? It really highlights the wickedness of these women, man. All right? And this whole society, man. All right? Proverbs 8:36 is a beautiful one. All right? But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. All right? But we want to go to Sirach. All right? Any wickedness. All right? Give me anything else but allow me to go through anything else. All right? Except for, that which comes from a woman. Sirach 25:19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. All right? So even when you accumulate all the wickedness that's known, it's small compared to the wickedness of woman, man. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. All right? And there's another one, all right, which this wasn't the one I wanted to grab. Salakia, this internet is tripping out. All right. I'm going to start at verse 12. All right, we're still in the same chapter. But the point being 13, Sirach 25:12, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. You see? All right, so these people don't have any of this, man, especially women. They don't have no fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? And if you don't have fear, you don't have nothing else, man. All right, so we don't even have to continue and further discuss the elements of faith, and how important that is. All right? Now, verse 13, being the point, give me any plague, all right, but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman, all right, because it exceeds it, man, like we just saw in this article. All right, Salakia over here, all right. You're talking about pro-woman, pro-child, pro-choice, You're condemning yourself by this statement, And it's foolishness, man. They're just whores, man. Look at them, especially, that vibration of pink and feminist and all that. Look at them. They just look like whores, man. All right. These in the back, they got their muzzles on, those muzzles, those masks. All right. You got these, he's probably an alphabet person, Can't believe we still have to protest this ish. This system is sexist, all right? And it's all BS, man, all right? And matter of fact, come to think of it, just to kind of add to this conversation, all right, there was a video of a particular man walking down the streets in LA, and he was extremely built, and all this, and, women were, just touching him, trying to feel on him because of his muscles, his physique and all that. And, ultimately, that goes to show you how, the fucking stupid, pardon my language, all right, these women are, because if that was the other way around, they would be saying that, you're sexist, you're a rapist, you're this, you're that, this is harassment, you're groping me and all these other things, man. These women are through, man. All right. And that's why all these things are happening, That's exactly why these things are occurring, man, because this decision, if it does go through, all right, it highlights the wickedness of the woman. All right. It puts a spotlight on them. They can't just do what they want anymore. They can't just freely, be the harlots, that they once were. All right. And it's very spiritual because as scripture says, the truth which hath been so long without fruit, All right. Let's get it in Second Esdras. Second Esdras 6:28. Now this is of course the truth. All right. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared. All right. But this is also a measure of that declaration, because this is righteousness. This is the appropriate way, right? As for faith, it shall flourish. And guess what? Corruption shall be overcome. So you see how this corrupted process is being reverted. You see how our enemies are, as the curses, per the promise, the curses have been falling onto our enemies. You see, now everything has been slowly transitioning over. And this is part of that, man. Corruption is being overcome. All right. Now, this is low level, all right, in the sense of the grand scheme of things. All right. The corruption of Esau, the corruption of the world, but this is a process to it, Part of that process is the same way those unrighteous laws and decrees that have been passed, over time and has created what we have in the world stage is the same way these measures are also reverting that process. Now, see, the beautiful thing about it as well is that Esau thinks this is a smokescreen. He'll do certain things, to basically get, what's the word? Get the people reacting, rile the people up, but it's very spiritual, it's a spiritual thing. He's not doing it. All right. His mindset wasn't he's doing it to be righteous. Nah, he's doing it to rile up. He's doing it to, cause that smoke screen so that people don't continue to ask questions about the jab, about what's going on over there in Russia and Ukraine, about all these other things. He's doing it to stop people from looking into these other things, But through the Spirit, it was beautiful because at the same time, it's just like Haman, the devices which he had set up to use against us, they're being used against him. You see? So it's beautiful, man. It's very beautiful. And that's really the point of this. There's no need to even, go into the specifics of it. All right. Because it don't matter. It don't matter. All right. Fuck these millions of women who just want to be harlots. All right. They're going to be judged anyway. All right. And, death to America, man. All right. Because at the end of the day, man, this society, all right, it's already a dead society. It's a dead society. Nobody cares about America, man. All right. America isn't this great country that everybody is flocking to anymore. Everybody's leaving, man. All right. And that whole spirit of America, that whole, that whole standard of living, that freedom, equality, all these other things, man. All right. It's null and void, man. Throw it out the window. All right. Because at the end of the day, it's all vanity. It's all to appease your flesh. It's all wickedness. So the wali out Bashem Yashai, Bashem Rakah HaKodash, man, because guess what? Now the spotlight is on these wicked women. You see? Man, that's beautiful. And Lord's will, the spotlight will continue. Now, through the Spirit, don't be surprised if they don't actually follow through with this. It makes sense. It's just a smokescreen, Hey, but at the end of the day, they're in the spotlight, and you can see by people's reactions, you can see by people's reactions the state and the mindset of America. All right, they'll say, that matter of fact, I think I screenshotted it. Salakia. Let me see if I did or not. Lord's will, I did. Let me see. It said, was this it? Nope. What was that? Project Knowledge. Let's see. Salakia, let me see if I could just pull it up. If I have it on here. Restoring Consciousness. Let's see here. Bear with me. I want to find it. Oh, look. Roe was leaked to take heat off of the Pfizer data dump. You see that? And this was a flashback. Do you want to see the court overturn Roe versus Wade? And Trump said, if we put another 2 or perhaps 3 justices on, that will happen. You see? Now, basically, it was an image. I can't find it, man. It would be nice because it was a great depiction. But basically, there was an image of basically, a telescope or like a one of those magnifying glasses, showing life on Mars. And people were basically saying, oh yeah, life on Mars, and it's just bacteria. But then it showed a picture of a fetus, inside of the body. All right. And they basically said, no, that's not living and blah, blah. And it makes sense. You'll tell people you found life on Mars and they'll be like, oh, that's great. Our technology is amazing. And that's just a strand of bacteria, so they say. All right. But then as soon as, you mention, a baby, oh, it's not sustainable. It's not alive. It's this, it's that. All right, which shows, man, this place is just utterly disgusting, man, and judgment needs to be executed, man. So that's all, man. This wasn't meant to be, nothing crazy. Keep it simple, and that's the beautiful thing about it, man. This is very simple and straightforward, and the spotlight is on these damn women, man. All right, these harlots, the same way the spotlight is on the great harlot, being America. Is the same way that has now, continued onto the mini harlots, all these millions of women. All right. So, Lord's will you as edifying in closing. I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, great millstone, peace, love, and salutations to the